Let's get inside this apartment, shall we? We need to go press card.
It's true. A press card can get you in any... Just
Yeah.
one little wiggle between the window and the lock, and the latch lifted.
Yeah, so you can't skip dialogue in this game. And I noticed that the game will sometimes skip the audio like it just did. That's not me, FYI. You physically can't skip cutscenes, you can't skip dialogue, you can't do anything like that, which is really annoying because let's get
Here
inside.
goes.
So the way the death scenes work in this game is they are normally, in fact, there's one coming up. You have to react quite quickly, and you have to react, and you have to press a certain button, and it's always indicated in the bottom right on your one of your A, B, X, or whatever you set your buttons to on the right side. That's what you have to interact with. Yeah, and if you don't, the game will reset. Like I won't let Nico die here because I don't want to sit for the bloody load screen. Or in fact, it's not even the load screen, sorry, it's the...
The guy was dead, all right.
Damn, son. I don't know, she shot him in the face with a big bloody magnum. There's no way in hell, like, this guy's just... There's no way in hell this guy's head's intact. Surely his head will be all over the place. I mean, gunshot wounds are quite fatal, you know, close up. Like, he wouldn't just be lying there with his head fully intact. He'd be all, like, splattered everywhere. It's just splattered. That's, yeah, so the death scenes in this game, they, instead of reloading you to the main menu like they used to do in 1 and 2, it restarts the sequence before you died. The thing with that is, if you die, you have to sit through the bloody, the run-up before you get killed. And you have to do that repeatedly if you get killed in the same situation. Like I said, there's certain parts of this game where you have to run away from characters. And if you don't run away, then you have to reload. This chase scene all over again, and it's bloody annoying. So, let's search his body.
I knew I had to search the body. It was still warm. All I could find was his business card. 𝘨𝘮𝘮𝘴𝘩𝘦𝘪𝘳, software consultant. This was the crazy geek I'd been due to meet, all right. Maybe he wasn't so crazy after all.
Yeah, maybe. Let me just, every time you start the game, I have to reset the sound. To me, the music's way too loud in this game.
It was a shell casing from the gun the killer used. I held on to it. I needed any clue I could find.
Right, so Nico's a journalist, yeah? She's going around hoarding evidence like she's a copper. Putting her fingerprints everywhere. Searching for a body that now has her fingerprints all over it. She's really going out of her way to make it look like she's the killer. Oh, Nico. Yeah, so... certain things about this game I don't like. Like, one of them is, like... There's a lot of stuff you can interact with in this game. But like 90% of it is just pure bollocks. It serves absolutely no point. Like inside these rooms, that's the bathroom. There's nothing in it. The bedroom, there's nothing in it. You can look at these pictures on the wall, but there's no reason to. Specifically not in here. So if I walk into this kitchen, I'm gonna get murdered. So yeah, I would save here, but I shouldn't need to. So yeah, this is atypical of what an interactive death scene is. You have to be like, yeah, the bottom right will indicate a button you have to press. You have really short time. It should be A or the bottom.
Get away from those doors. Over here.
Hello?
Where I can see you.
Okay. Whatever you say.
I've been waiting a long time for the chance to do this.
So, we've met before?
Oh, yes.
Really? You obviously didn't make an impression the first time.
You won't be so clever when I've killed you. Time's up. You!
There you go, that's a pressy button, and then you get another one. So dramatic. And again.
You're not going to stop us this
Should
time.
be this. Should be the same button.
I never forget a face. So why had I forgotten hers?
Ow! Oof! Damn!
As if she run away.
Come back, you salope!
Salo. Doesn't that mean bitch?
Where did she disappear to?
She just fucked off. As if she didn't pistol whip me. It's so stupid. Like, I don't know why they made this game so dramatic. It feels overly dramatic, like a corny B movie. If not worse. You have a gun pointed at somebody's head. Let me do a monologue before I shoot you. It's like, why? Just shoot me. Don't tell me your life story. I don't care. For fuck's sake.
I pulled back the rug.
This game is
One
so
of the
overly
floorboards was
dramatic.
loose.
So this is
The
something we
floorboard
don't
lifted
need
up
at the
easily.
moment.
In the space below, there was a small safe.
Yeah, there's no reason to interact with it. Because if you don't have the code, and you won't get the code. I'm pretty sure you come back later and you get the code then.
Someone had thrown away a bank statement.
Don't know if I need the bank statement. See, I've already ran through this part of the game, FYI, in case you've not realised. Which I'm going to do for all my videos. Because, like I said, this game can be super drawn out. Like, you could just wander around aimlessly and it'll be like, you've missed certain things. Like, if you don't examine a certain piece of evidence or an item or you don't look at something specific, then you'll just be wandering around like a headless sheep. Or chicken. Would you be a headless sheep? That's creepy. But yeah, and it's yeah, if for some reason, I don't know why they made it so you can interact with literally everything. It's, well, not everything, but yeah, like this frying pan and fridge, there's nothing. You need to interact with the phone. But yeah, there's so much crap in this game that you don't need to talk to or touch. And because you can't skip dialogue, if you accidentally press like the I button on this, then you have to listen to a talk until she shuts up. So let's listen to the voicemail.
Maybe there was a clue on the answer machine.
You have 3 new messages.
Vernon, darling, it's Maman here. I'm at my wit's end. I've given your trousers 3 washes at 100 degrees and that stain still won't come out. It's more like cement than mayonnaise. Anyway, the ironing's done. Oh, I hate these machines. Au revoir, à dimanche.
That's disgusting.
This is Nicole Colladier from La Liberté. Just to say I'll be round at 8 as promised. Goodbye.
Vernon, it's Beatrice. Good luck with the reporter. I'll be waiting for you in the gardens afterwards. Love you, Snooky.
Snooky?
That's the only evidence we needed. Is to find Beatrice. Well, we can leave. You can interact with the safe, but again, you don't have the code for it, and you won't get the code until pretty sure you, like I said, I'm pretty sure you come back. So we'll just head to the gardens. Before we do that, there is something in this bin.
There
No, there's
had to
not.
be a clue around here somewhere.
It's on the floor. I don't want to
nothing
search the
there.
bins. Thank you.
It was just an old sheet of newspaper. But you never know what might come in handy.
Yes. So something I always miss is you can climb over this wall, as you can indicate by the climb up button on the bottom right, which is always. Would that be? I think this is like. I think it's WAS and D is what it normally is, but because I'm using the controller because it's easier, it's Y for me. Yeah, if you miss this fucking wall, which. If I'm honest with you, I played this yesterday before I recorded. I just run through it. And I wandered around for an hour. Scratching my bloody head, realizing I've missed something. And I didn't realize you could climb over this fucking wall. I kept going past it. And there's no indication on the wall itself. I have UI vision when I'm playing games. I don't even notice the bottom right. And I completely walked past this wall repeatedly, and they didn't notice. Like, you'd think it would glow up like that. Like the little star indicator, which indicates you can interact with something. But for some reason, this wall doesn't. It's stupid me. But yeah, you have to come in here because you need this.
What have we here?
Easily missable. But yeah, if you don't get
It
this,
was a wig,
then you're not...
an expensive one too.
Ooh.
But more important, it was an exact copy of my own style.
And it goes really quiet. There we go. It does that. I don't know why. It does that a few times. It feels like it's crashed. I didn't realize that Nico's got jiggle physics. That's weird. She's very... Like, they've really gone out of the way to make Nico's ass incredibly there in your face. Like, you can't not notice her ass. I wonder why. Didn't do the same for George. Yeah, another thing I realized is that you don't have to hold a direction when you're running. Like, if you face Nico this way and you just hold the run button without touching the analog sticks, she'll just run forward. I never realized that. So when you get chased in this game, the camera does that a lot, where it keeps switching like that. And if you're holding the analog stick, like if you're holding it down, the camera normally shifts to then down is then this way instead of forward, and it's yeah. I remember getting killed a lot because the dumbass camera constantly switching. But anyway, we need to come up here. Oh God, I remember this. This woman is a right grumpy old bastard. I hate talking to her. She's awful. She's the kind of grumpy old woman who you always see in the street. She's like the nosy bloody neighbor. And you just anyway. Let's examine the wig. You have to examine this wig.
The label inside had been cut out. The killer had covered her tracks. Almost. There were a few strands of blonde hair inside. So the woman I'm after really has blonde hair, not black.
So, if you don't examine the wig, Nico asks people, "Have you seen someone with black hair run by?" And they're like, "No, we haven't." So yeah, now you know the woman's blonde.
It was the wig I'd found in the small courtyard.
Yeah. That's the only evidence we needed was the fact that the woman's blonde.
Bonjour, madame.
Bonjour. I tell you, I've had enough of this job. Day in, day out, the same old drudgery, huh?
Why don't you give it up then?
Give it up? Who do you think you are telling me to give up my job?
I
Thought you were too good for the likes of me, I expect?
No, not at all. I didn't mean...
I was a dancer once, you know. At Le Moulin Rouge. So stick that on your velo and ride it.
That's wonderful.
Of course. Alphonse, he wouldn't have any of it. I'll not have you flashing your nickels out of Paris, he said. Get a proper job. So I did.
A real liberated man.
He was an angel. I won't hear a word against him.
Yeah, that's what makes her annoying. She's always complaining, and then she complains to you about complaining about her complaining. It's weird. Anyway, we need this.
Have you seen a young blonde woman by any chance?
I certainly have. Skinny-looking thing, like you.
Thanks. Which way did she go?
She got into a sports car and drove off.
Do you happen to know the make of car?
What do you take me for? Some kind of mechanic? You'll have to ask someone else.
Just one thing. Your husband, Alphonse, is he around?
No.
I thought perhaps he might have seen something.
It's unlikely.
Why?
He left me 20 years ago. Ran away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ha! Don't be. Happiest day of my life.
Thanks for your help. Goodbye.
Au revoir.
Ugh. I could talk to her more, but I really don't want to. I really don't like to talk to people in this game. I don't like the voices. They're up. This guy, this dickhead here. I hate his voice. I don't know why. He reminds me of myself. You know, when you hate yourself, I hate the sound of my own voice. And this guy is just... Let's speak to him.
Hi.
Well, hi there, beautiful. You looking for something?
I might be.
You have come to the right place.
Right place, right guy, huh?
That's how it looks to me too.
Were you around a little earlier?
Oh, I've been around a while.
Oh, that's good. I'm a reporter and I need to ask you a few questions.
Why does it sound like Nico's flirting with him? It's nasty. It's disgusting. I don't know why it angers me so much. It really does. I hate his voice. Sounds like his balls haven't dropped yet. Blonde woman.
Have you seen a blonde woman running by?
I haven't seen any women running around. Most babes tend to stop when they see how I can handle a board.
It's this one. He's such an arsehole.
Don't suppose you saw a sports car in the area earlier?
The red E-type Jag, you mean?
Yes. Why did you notice it?
I used to run one a little like it.
Did you happen to get the registration number?
Hey, there's only one set of numbers I like, and I'm not talking shoe size, huh?
Thanks. Anyway. So where's your posse?
What?
Big guy like you? Gotta have a posse, surely.
Oh, yeah, sure. I got two.
Wow.
How about you? You got a posse?
Oh yeah, but I like to keep it secret.
Gotcha.
Thanks for your help. Goodbye.
I can't help but mistake the word posse for something completely different. I'm an adult. Let's be know that guy's got two passes.
Bonjour.
Yes,
I wonder if you can help me.
I doubt it. And anyway, I'm on duty.
It's pretty quiet this morning.
It's Sunday. What do you expect?
There was an E-type Jag in the area a little earlier.
What of it?
Could you tell me something about it?
I doubt it. And if I could, I wouldn't. You could be anybody.
Oh god, I have to.
Bah! What does this prove? Any fool can throw together a fake ID.
True, but only a real fool would impersonate a journalist at my paper.
She obviously hits her job. Brilliant.
Take a look at this.
Interesting. 12mm, and recently fired.
That's right. But how do you know about...
Firearms? Let us just say, I have not always been a traffic warden.
What else can you tell me about it?
From the head stamp, manufactured in Prague. And the gun itself? The new Magnum, if I'm not wrong.
You can tell all that from the shell?
You just have to know what to look for.
It came from the gun of the woman who tried to kill me.
This is not a Saturday night special. You are dealing, I think, with professional killers.
Can you help me?
Fire away. Ha! My little joke.
I wouldn't call that woman professional. Like, she's got the reaction time of an old 90-year-old. Like, she's got the... Like, I picked up a frying pan and hit her in the face before she could pull a trigger. What does that tell you about this professional killer? And the fact then I smashed the fridge door in her face. Me thinks she's not a professional killer.
Did you see the E-type Jag that was in the area earlier?
Yes, I did.
I believe it belonged to the killer.
And they say crime doesn't pay.
What can you tell me about it?
It was parked illegally. I gave it a ticket.
Great. Do you have the registration number?
Here it is. 451 CAC 75.
Merci. Can you tell me anything else about the car?
You know, there was some kind of mask on the passenger seat.
Mask? You mean like a child's mask?
No, an old mask. The kind they wear in a theater.
Merci, madame. You've been a great help.
It is but a courtesy from one professional to another.
Of course. Sounds like the police are on their way.
I would appreciate it if you kept our little conversation to yourself. You understand?
Of course. I wouldn't want to blow your cover.
Exactly.
By the way, just who do you work for?
Can I trust you?
Of course.
One day soon, the aliens will land. We are preparing to fight them. You may join us if you wish.
That's very kind of you. But I have to go now. Au revoir.
I should have spoke to Beatrice before I spoke to the traffic warden. Now I can't. Oopsie. These are like the worst
What's
coppers.
going on?
There has been a murder.
We are questioning everyone in the area.
What is your name?
Nicole Collard.
It's her, alright.
Please come with us.
Everyone's got such a shit voice in this game. Like all the French people, they sound terrible.
And this is...
Come on, speak up.
Nicole Collard.
Aha! The woman he had arranged to meet.
She's a tough one, I think, sir. Like me to loosen her tongue a little.
Not quite yet. Your identity card, please.
My press card.
A journalist. Typical.
You have a problem with journalists?
Only the spineless, lying, interfering variety.
Looks like I'm in trouble then.
She's the murderer, monsieur! Lock her up before she kills us all!
Control yourself, madame. I'm conducting an investigation here.
And we're getting on so well.
How did you know the dead man?
He contacted me through my paper. He wanted to meet.
Why?
Some nonsense about the end of the world.
Why did you kill him?
I didn't.
But you admit you were here.
He was already dead when I arrived. I broke in through the bedroom window. The killer was still here.
And?
We fought through there, in the kitchen. Then she ran off down the fire escape and I lost her.
There are certainly signs of a struggle.
Inspector.
We?
So you've got to ask yourself, where's Inspector Mo? You know, we've had 2 games of Mo, and now Mo's gone. It's just disappeared. Yeah, so coppers talk to you like that dickhead on the left. Talk about loosening my tongue. I don't know why this game is so overly dramatic. Like nosy ass neighbor that needs to piss off. What the fuck's she doing in this room? An idiot copper, Mr. Inspector with his red tie. Yeah, he sounds like a dickhead. Just like a dickhead, he obviously is a dickhead. Let's finish this quickly.
I've got the number of the killer's car.
My, you are being helpful. Are you quite sure you're a journalist?
Do you want the number or not?
Very well.
451 CAC 75.
Thanks.
The woman I fought was really a blonde.
The neighbor said she had dark hair.
She wore a wig.
How very convenient for you.
Here's the wig the killer wore.
I'll take that as evidence. Where did you find it?
Over the wall at the back of the apartment.
Oh, I see. How terrible. You've been framed.
Correct, Inspector.
She's the killer! I saw her with my own eyes!
Have you any idea why he was killed?
None at all.
Perhaps it was to stop him talking to me.
Not everybody rates journalists so highly, mademoiselle.
How did you know Vernon was due to meet me?
Your message on the answer phone.
Am I free to go?
Don't let her get away!
The evidence is clear enough. I'm placing you under arrest, Mademoiselle Collard. Officer, take her away.
With pleasure, sir.
With pleasure. Can we go back to George now, please? Thank God for that. Yeah, I really don't like that part of the game. If I was playing this like for the first time, I probably wouldn't get past that part of the game. I'll turn it off and delete it because it would piss me off. I can't stand how overly dramatic the characters are. They're so poorly voiced. They're poorly... I don't know. They really rub me the wrong way.
Huh?
How is this guy still alive? The guy shot him
Can you hear
at
me?
close range.
Can you speak? Who are you?
Chum.
Yeah?
Chum.
That's okay. I'm your chum.
Danger.
What?
The world is in danger. Susaro.
Who's Cesaro? Just a few more seconds and he could have told me so much. Poor guy.
Anyway. 𝘱𝘐𝑦𝑟𝑜. Yeah, so 𝘱𝑗𝑠 is I think is the main bad guy. It's the guy who looks like a snake for some reason. Let's search his corpse.
Whoever he was dead all right. This was the kind of job I could do with my eyes shut. In fact, that's normally how I did it. All I found was his ID, 𝘱𝘦𝘴𝘦𝘪𝘳, the guy I was supposed to meet.
It's not the first body we've gone through. Went through the dude in episode 1. The guy looked like Indiana Jones. This part with George is not very long, unfortunately. Yeah, so they're like the typical asshole copper and knows your neighbor. Yeah, that angers me for some reason. I don't know why. I think the older I got, the more pissed off I get.
The old
Shit
pressure
bots
pan
and games.
trick, eh?
You just know that copper's going to be a dickhead and it's going to be in it the whole game and he's just going to be constantly in the way.
In amongst the junk was a postcard.
Nice.
All the way from England, someplace called Glastonbury.
Ugh.
It was signed Bruno. A second look turned up a magnifying glass. Suddenly I was 5 years old and back in California, setting fire to my father's sun hat.
Oh, George. There's certain things we need to do. We need to do this. Can I? You're gonna have to let me touch this first.
The machine spluttered like an engine starved of fuel.
It's so weird that George does this. Like, this machine is pissing out electric and he's like, you know what? Let's fiddle with it. That's such a George Stobart thing to do.
Whoa! It attracted some attention. Question was, good guys or bad guys?
Of course it attracted some attention. You set off an explosion, you dumbass.
I took the lever.
That's all we need is that bloody lever. And the lever goes in here.
The rod looked about the right size to fit the hole.
Okay, there's a hole, there's a rod.
It fits.
So, we need this box, and we can't obviously use the box unless we have the door open beforehand. So the lever is there just to keep the door open. Then once we get in here, let's push this. As you can see, we're going up here. And before that, we need to take this back.
I removed the rod from the hole in the wall.
We can give this window a little look.
Somehow, I guess this wasn't the local hockey team.
My dear friends,
This guy's
calm
voice.
down, calm down. Your irrational fear of the temple is becoming tiresome.
Not the temple, monsieur. It is the gods inside it. You have angered them.
This is an evil place. We are all going to be killed.
How awfully prescient of you, my dear boy. The sooner your colleagues check out the crashed plane, the sooner we shall go.
Yes, Monsieur 𝘱𝑗𝑠.
𝘱𝑗𝑠?
𝘱𝑗𝑠? I don't know what voice that is.
This was 𝘱𝑗𝑠.
Like, he sounds like Brain from Pinky and the Brain. He should have ended that sentence with, "We want to take over the world." Yeah, I don't know where we're supposed to be. I can't remember where George said we are. But yeah, those guys' accents are... I don't know what accent they were.
That did the trick.
Damn right he did. It's almost like I played this bit before. Yeah, this is this is my... Well, this is thanks to Pass Me. 'Cause, like I said, I did this yesterday. I got just past this bit, and then I got bored. I get bored playing this game really quick. Crazy. I'm reminded too much of the, like, the annoying.
Out of the corner of my eye, I caught sight of a familiar shape.
How's Harry there?
Harry had made it after all.
How have they not noticed him? Like,
this was my kindling.
damn right, it's a kindling. No, so the bird nest, and then you use the magnifying glass on it. Which is here. This is another thing where you have to run to the car before you get shot in the back.
The evil! It is come!
What accent's that supposed to be? Like this guy is he's got no gun. George could easily break his neck, but he doesn't. Like he.
Oof. Ah! Ouch! Oh! Oh!
Oh, George.
George! Quickly! Over here!
Then you have to run to the car.
Imbeciles! It's a trick! Get back here now!
Quick, run! Run, George!
Come on, Harry! We gotta get out of here!
Way ahead of you, mate! Go, go, go!
As the lunatic Aussie saved my life, I was certain of one thing. I wasn't going back to the office in Idaho. I'd had my fill of patents. Nope, I was going to England to find the mysterious Bruno.
Why, though? It doesn't need to.
Glastonbury, England. Home to more legends and mystical baloney than you could wave a wand at. Joseph of Arimathea was supposed to have traveled here from the Holy Land. And he didn't do it to buy an overpriced crystal. Somewhere in amongst all this New Age hokum was a guy called Bruno, and I was going to find him.
So yeah, Cesaro being the... He's such a lame villain. You know, don't know why George didn't just punch him in the face. He didn't. He was walking with a stick, and George crapped his pants. That's after all the shit George has been through. You know, he's scared of some dude with a stick. Anyway, we're in Glastonbury. For some reason, George decided to find Bruno, even though he doesn't need to. This burly guy walking up to us. But yeah, let's continue, shall we? I can't remember this part of the game.